Hey guys, it's Alayna.
And it's Candace.
And you're listening to Cousins on Crime.
You are. Yeah. That's our new theme song, our new intro.
Okay.
All right. Trademark. Copyright. How are you doing, Lena?
I'm good.
Good.
I'm good.
Good.
I don't have anything new to talk about. Except, are you okay? You're going cross-eyed.
There's like a hair on my microphone that I could see every time I talk.
You're like, oh, she's talking.
Yeah.
Somebody make her shut up.
Somebody stop her. So if you're wondering, to the listeners at home, if you're wondering, Hank,
if you remember Hank,
the deer on the wall has a
Jingle Bells necklace.
Jingle Bells Christmas necklace on his horn, and he's still wearing the tie.
He is.
Still got the tie on.
Yeah. If he's not wearing that, Chase is going to find something else to put up there. So
you need to take it off because I want to see what the next thing he'll put up there.
Okay. It's a game now.
It's a game now.
Yeah. I think Hank likes it, but we'll find. Well, yeah. I'll take it down for next week.
Yeah. I want to see what. Did you have kava?
No, I didn't eat it. Grayson took his brother up there to eat dinner and meet up with a friend.
Okay.
And he brought his leftovers home.
I've never been there because I'm one of those people that looks at the menu and goes, I can't eat anything there. Or just like, not I can't. It's just that I wouldn't want to eat anything there.
You don't think so? It's Mediterranean. You don't like that?
Well, I love Zoe's kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
I love Zoe's. Is there even one around here
No,
anymore?
it closed.
I know.
That's sad because their rice is so
I
good.
used to get their chicken shish kebabs.
Oh, yeah.
And their grilled vegetables. It was the most delicious meal.
If there's one around, I don't know, but the one close to us has closed.
Yeah, it was so good. Maybe I can find something at Kava that's similar.
Maybe they do like all the pitas and stuff. Just try it. Don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah.
Okay?
That is a free spot for you, Kava.
Well,
and
you like Chipotle.
I do.
And it's like that.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. You go in, you
can
can
just
either
build your own?
Yeah. Build your bowl or a pita. Or
See, I like to see stuff.
You'll see it.
Because I have food anxiety and like if I don't know where it's come from or like you would think I couldn't eat anywhere. But I'm the fast food queen of the South.
Yeah. But you do inspect your food pretty well.
I do inspect my food.
I can appreciate that.
Except for that one time I was eating French fries on the way to work. Only to get to work and I saw blood on the inside of my fry container. And I'm not going to tell you guys where that was. But I will just say that I continue to eat there all the time.
I think we can
can guess where that was. They did pay for my HIV tests that I insisted on getting.
Well, I can't. Just stop talking,
sorry
Candace.
If you're eating. Sorry if that was very disturbing to you, but that happened to me. That's the type of stuff that happens to me.
Yeah, we need to get you a body cam.
Want to know something else that happened to me?
Do I? I don't know.
Maybe I've told this story, but like I opened up a pack of cough drops and there was dried ants in it, like inside the individually wrapped cough drops. As I opened them,
did you email the
I just took them back to Publix and I was like,
this can't be.
I got to get a new pack. And I was like, can I open them? I was so sick. And I was like, can I just open them right here? And he's like, please, please do. Please don't go on the news.
Did you get the same brand?
I did get the same brand. I know that's wild, but I just
keep going back to the same thing. You know what they call that?
I know.
When you do the same thing twice. Yeah. Insanity.
Insanity. Yeah, but I'm a very forgiving person. I think I'm just like, give him another chance or,
okay.
You know, not for murderers, but I'm just saying
I'm like, okay.
Maybe, you know, I can justify almost anything. I can understand almost anything.
Mm-hmm.
I really can. Maybe this pack was unsealed and it was put in the box and ants got in there and they all licked up the cough drops and then they died because it was a chemical poison to their little bodies. And then someone said, oh, this one is not sealed. Let me just seal it up real quick.
Yeah.
And that's how.
That's very interesting.
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a forgiving person.
Okay.
But I have limits.
Right. Okay.
Anyway.
All right. Well, on that note, we're going to talk about true crime.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
That's what the people are here for.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They're like,
shut up about your weird life. Just tell us about the murder.
Okay. So we have talked about Snowball the cat. Remember him? Do you remember Snowball?
Yes.
So Snowball helped solve the murder of Shirley Ann Duguay.
Mm-hmm.
We've done that case a long time ago.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
So why don't we talk about a couple of other smart and very helpful animals?
Okay. I love this.
So there's 2 cases here. The first one is about Kevin Butler.
Okay.
He was 48 years old, living in Pleasant Grove, Texas. He owned his own business installing pools.
Cool.
He was respected and had many friends and family who loved him, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin's family said he loved animals and often adopted strays and pets that his friends could not keep.
Aww.
One of his favorites was his bird.
Oh.
It was a cockatoo named Bird.
Oh, that's a fitting name.
Right. So Christmas Eve 2001, Kevin had plans with his friend Michael to go to dinner. Kevin did not show up that night. So Michael, he's like, where's my friend? He doesn't just stand me up. So he drove over to Kevin's house to check on him. What a great friend, right?
I know.
I want to be that.
I would be concerned that a friend didn't show up.
Yeah.
I mean, what year was this again?
2001.
Okay, so maybe he didn't have a cell phone. Not everybody had them in 2001.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it was like a luxury. I didn't get mine until like 2003, and I thought it was some hot stuff.
Right.
So maybe he didn't.
He just had a beeper.
Yeah, maybe just a beeper.
He didn't page me and let me know.
I know.
But yeah, I would hope that I would be that friend.
Yeah.
Like, oh, how dare them just
drive over there.
Yeah. So when Michael got to Kevin's, he saw that Kevin's truck was not there, but the front door was open.
Oh, no. That is haunting.
Right?
That's a haunting visual.
Well, okay, I'll tell you. I've felt that. So not for a friend that I went to check on, but my neighbor across the street. It was dark outside and I was leaving my house and I saw their new neighbors. They just moved in like a couple months ago. And it's like, I think 9 or 10 at night and the front door was wide open.
Oh, was it dark inside?
No lights on. And so I parked my car in front of the house and I called Chris. I was like, come outside. Let's go over here together. We didn't go in the house, but we're like yelling, hello, anybody home? And then we shut the door because nobody answered. And I'm thinking, what if someone's hurt in there?
Right.
Anyway, the husband ended up coming home and she was upstairs freaked out because she hears this man's voice saying hello and it's my husband.
Oh my gosh.
But so Chris went and talked to the husband and told him what happened. That your door was wide open.
So our door in South Carolina on our old house used to do that. If you didn't pull it tight and hear it click, the wind would blow it right open.
Really?
Our front door.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
So one day our front door blew open and I came down the stairs and our front door was wide open. And of course I nearly vomited.
Yeah, Lord.
But we watched the Ring doorbell and nobody was there. Just the wind blew it open.
Oh my goodness.
So, I mean, that happens sometimes, but that's freaky.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I can't imagine rolling up to a friend's house who didn't meet me for dinner.
Right.
And their door's wide open.
Yeah.
But their car's gone.
Right. So
weird.
Yeah. So he approaches the front door and the lights were on. Michael went into the house and saw his friend, Kevin, lying on the living room floor.
Oh, no.
Kevin's hands were tied behind his back.
Oh, my gosh.
And he was beaten to death.
Oh, my gosh.
He had been stabbed in the chest and the abdomen, and his throat was cut. Looking around the home, he could see that it looked like a burglary gone wrong. The house was a mess with things thrown everywhere.
Well, and his car's gone.
Yeah.
So someone stole his car too.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
4 knives were found in the home that were proven to be the weapons in the murder.
Jeez.
1 knife.
4?
4. So 1 knife was found under Kevin's body. 1 was in the living room near him. 1 was in the kitchen and 1 was outside.
So there's multiple people? Jeez.
Yeah, I'm getting there, Candace.
Sorry, I'm just...
Hold your horses.
I'm solving the case, okay? In real time.
There were spots of blood around the room, which they got swabs for DNA testing. Investigators found that Kevin's truck, his video camcorder, and $1,200 cash was stolen. Another observation was feathers strewn about the room.
Oh, weird.
As investigators continued through the house, they found Bird lifeless on the floor.
No, not Bird.
Yeah. He was in another room. Bird was covered in blood and missing his leg.
Oh my God, that's freaking disgusting.
I know. 3 days after the murder, Kevin's truck was found abandoned, and they were able to get DNA samples from there also.
Okay.
There was blood in his truck. Detectives started questioning those that were close to Kevin. The common name and story that that police kept getting was about a man named Johnny Cerna that worked for Kevin. Kevin had some issues with Johnny. For instance, just recently, Kevin had given Johnny a $30 check to buy pool supplies. Johnny altered the check to read $300.
Oh, Lord.
He cashed the check, and when Kevin asked him about it, of course, Johnny played dumb. And that was the end of their working relationship.
I'll say.
Well, Johnny was easy to find, as he and his brother, Daniel Torres, lived in the neighborhood just behind Kevin.
Oh.
When Johnny and Daniel were questioned, they said, yeah, we had an argument with Kevin, but we didn't kill him. The 2 were let go, but not cleared as suspicious. When the DNA results came back in July of 2002, the proof was in the pudding.
Oh, tell me.
Yeah. Johnny's DNA was that found in Kevin's truck, and Daniel's DNA was found from the swabs in Kevin's home.
Wow.
Specifically on 2 knives, 2 knife handles, and the light switch.
The light switch.
So, yeah.
Idiot.
Yeah. And I'll tell you a little bit about that here in a second. But these guys knew that they were caught.
Come on.
Daniel confessed. He said that a couple weeks ago, Kevin got mad at them for the stolen money. So the madness was brewing within them.
I mean, that's the rational thing to do, is when you steal someone's money and they get mad at you for it, just kill them.
Right?
I mean, why are they mad at you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they were just brewing.
Yeah, of course.
And the night of the murder, Daniel and Johnny were sitting on the porch drinking alcohol. They started talking about the way Kevin handled the money situation, like how dare him. In this alcohol-fueled frenzy, they decided that they were going to pay Kevin a visit and just beat him up.
Yeah. Rough him up a bit.
Yeah. When they got to Kevin opened the door and he asked, "What, are y'all here to rob me?"
Ooh, Kevin.
At that point, Johnny punched Kevin in the face and forced him back in the house. And the beating ensued. At one point, Kevin ran out onto the porch, but they pulled him back into the home, and that's when Kevin was tied up.
Oh, man.
As Johnny and Daniel were beating Kevin and rummaging through the home, Bird came to Kevin's rescue. And
pecking at their heads?
Started
like,
pecking. Yeah, pecking and clawing Daniel's head specifically. Daniel grabbed Bird and stabbed him with a fork. Ugh.
Oh my God. Alayna,
I
will
know.
never look at forks the same.
Oh, I know. It's so sad. After being attacked by Bird, Daniel reached up and touched his bleeding head and then touched the light switch as he left the home.
What an idiot.
Mm-hmm. Leaving behind DNA.
Why are you... Why? You've beaten this guy up. What, you want to turn off the light now?
Yeah.
As a courtesy,
Yeah.
I'm now going to turn off your light, sir.
I don't know.
Goodbye.
I don't know.
What? I can't.
So DNA evidence was also found on Bird's beak and claws. It's like, yeah, Bird's like, I'm going to attack you and I'm getting
your DNA under my beak nails.
He knew what he was doing.
Oh, yeah, he knew.
So it is said that Bird, even though affectionate, was protective over Kevin. And he was a big part of solving this case.
Wow.
Even though Daniel gave his confession during questioning and waived his Miranda rights and signed 2 written statements, in court he changed his statement. Of course,
I knew you were going to say that.
He admitted going to Kevin's house, but he said he did so only to check on Johnny.
Right.
Because Johnny had threatened to beat Kevin up.
Mm-hmm.
So he had to go check and make sure everything was okay.
Yeah, for sure.
He said that when he arrived at the house, Johnny was in a drunken rage and Kevin was on the floor with his arms and legs bound with electrical cord. Daniel testified that he cut his hand wrestling a knife from Johnny, who was jabbing Kevin with it.
So he was coming to he was coming to Kevin's aid as well.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
He said he took Kevin's truck because he was scared and wanted just to get away from the scene.
Sure.
But he left Johnny there because Johnny was in such a rage and Kevin was still alive when Daniel left. That's what he's saying, testifying. Mm-hmm. He tried really hard to remove himself from the scene, but physical evidence proved that he was the one that cut Kevin's throat.
Wow.
At trial, a former cellmate of Daniel's testified that Daniel told him that he had gone to the house to rob Kevin because of a hot check dispute. He said he admitted he killed Kevin, stabbed the bird with a fork because it was attacking him, and stole $2,000 from the house.
Oof.
The half-brothers, Johnny Cerna and Daniel Torres, were tried separately, and both were convicted of capital murder and sentenced to life in prison.
Nice.
Now, although I do not like birds...
Alayna! This whole time I'm thinking Alayna is clenching her butt cheeks over there.
Okay, so more specifically, it's the crows and like the grackles that are disgusting.
Right.
Yeah. Ew. These birds, these pet birds, the parrots, the cockatoos, they're pretty impressive.
Valiant.
I love watching videos of these pet birds, not the crows. Okay. So yeah, I want to tell you about one more. May of 2015, Marty Duram, 46, and his wife, Glenna, she was 49, I believe. I think I got that right. Were living in Inslee Township, Michigan.
Okay.
Have you heard this one?
You know, Marty, his name sounds familiar.
Okay.
But I don't think so.
You may have, because it's a pretty interesting story. And there's news reports, of course.
Okay.
But the two of them married in 2005. They were a blended family. Marty had 3 adult children, 2 sons and a daughter from his previous relationship. Glenna had 2 kids of her own. The two of them had dated in the past, but went on to marry other people and then found each other again after their divorces.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. Marty loved the outdoors, fishing and hunting. So that May, a neighbor hadn't heard from either one of them, Marty or Glenna, in 2 days. This was unusual because the couple was often outside.
Yeah.
The neighbor went to the Durams' home. When no one answered the door, they crawled through a window and saw both the husband and wife on the bedroom floor.
Oh my God. I love a nosy neighbor.
I know. I'm just going to crawl through their window.
I would just be like, oh, I haven't seen them in a while.
Yeah.
Do.
Wow.
Going about my business. I wouldn't crawl through a window, but maybe I'll start now.
I know. I mean, a lot of people would call for a welfare check, but hey,
maybe they were super close.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Sounds like it.
Oh, bless.
So a man is recorded on the 911 call saying that there are bullet shells on the bed and blood all over.
Oh, Lord.
First responders quickly arrived. They determined that there was nothing that they could do.
Oh.
They were already deceased. A state trooper arrived, and while assessing the bodies, he saw that Marty had been shot 5 times.
Excessive.
Sounds personal, right?
Sounds personal.
He walked over to Glenna. She had been shot twice in the head. He reached down to touch Glenna to check her pulse. And when he touched her, her eyes flew open.
No.
And her body jerked. And she said, "What are you doing?"
What?
She was still alive.
Oh my gosh. I did not expect you to say that.
I know. So Marty was taken to the medical examiner and Glenna was taken to the hospital.
Oh my gosh. Twice in the head?
Yeah. And she's still able to speak. Like, what are you doing?
Did she think she was asleep or something?
I have
She was so
idea.
confused. Oh, Lord. So
the next day, Marty's children went into his home. I don't think it was approved by police, but they went.
Oh.
They just wanted to look around and see if they can make sense of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
The house was a mess, as if items were thrown around, like a burglary. They found a letter that Glenna wrote asking her ex-husband to take care of their kids. One of the letters was addressed to her kids and said, "I'm sorry, but I love you and so sorry I've been a disappointment to you these last 12 years or so. Please forgive me. You're one of the best things I ever did. Love, Mom."
Oh my God. That was her kids that found it?
It was Marty's kids that found the letters.
Oh.
And so they gave those letters to police.
Yeah.
They also found a couple of envelopes. One was filled with $225 and labeled with the word Mount. The second envelope had $1,200 and labeled Wave Runner. So I don't know if they're saving up money, and I don't know. The kids decided to keep these
from the police.
Yeah,
they're like,
at first they kept them a secret, but then they told police, "Okay, yeah, we found these."
Could be relevant.
Yeah. A week after the murder, Fran Fallon, Marty's sister-in-law, went to detectives with a vision that she had.
Oh.
It said that she's a psychic.
Okay. A sidekick?
A sidekick. Is that what I said?
No.
Psychic.
She's a psychic. Okay.
She had this vision and she told them to look under the couch or the love seat at Marty's home. She added that both of them were right-handed and that this fact would play a big role in the investigation.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Lo and behold, after they had already done a big sweep of the place, they look under the love seat. I guess they did not do that in the first place. They look under the love seat and they found a Ruger .6 handgun.
Okay.
And in Marty's right hand was a clump of hair.
I was going to ask, like, where the weapon was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
So, yeah, was this really just a vision? How did she know this information?
Mm-hmm.
Was she involved? I mean, Fran did have a solid alibi and she was actually cleared from suspicion.
Okay.
Neighbors told detectives that they should really talk to Marty's pet bird, Bud. He was there and he repeats and mimics everything.
Wow.
I'm sure the detectives were like, okay,
yeah,
how do we
go talk
interview
to the bird.
Yeah. How do we interview this bird?
How does a bird consent to be interviewed?
Right?
Oh, they're going to come up with something.
Yeah. Talk to me.
Yeah.
So through the investigation, they learned more about their marriage. Marty was in a car. So I'll tell you more
From
about
the bird. The bird told
No,
them.
no, I'm sorry. Let me explain. I'll tell you more about the bird.
And speaking
here
with the bird, they learned a lot about what went on in the house.
He told them everything. No, I'll get to that point in a minute. But going back to what they've learned in their investigation, Marty was in a car accident in 1995 and suffered a severe brain injury.
Oh, no.
Glenna had become Marty's full-time caretaker since 2010. 5 years into their marriage, I guess they're like, okay, I'll do this full-time. Because of that, Glenna received $3,000 a month from the state, and Marty received $1,100 a month for his disability.
All right.
The beginning of their relationship was good, and to the outside, their relationship seemed great. However, the household was not a happy one. There was a lot of arguing and fighting and cussing at each other. Marty was always in pain due to his accident, and he got confused a lot.
That's so sad.
Glenna had a gambling problem. She went to the casino about twice a week.
Mom. Kennedy.
Yeah, different from them. She gambled $75,000 in 2010 alone.
How? I couldn't even go to Home Goods and spend $75,000 in a year.
Well, Candace, when you don't pay your bills, you can spend that money.
Wow.
So yeah, in addition to spending all that money, she bought like $100 lotto tickets like 4 times a week.
Yeah, addicted for sure.
Glenna would even joke around with people about waiting for Marty to die and that she would take everything he owned.
Yikes.
She told a family member that Marty was a pain in the butt and that one day she was going to kill him.
Yikes.
Marty, he would hear these and he would just laugh them off like she was joking.
I used to joke about pushing Daniel down the stairs, and then I thought one of these days
Alexa's gonna hear you.
I know. I thought one of these days he's gonna slip and break his neck, and then it's gonna look like I did it.
Yeah, stop saying that.
Yeah, I'm deleting that. No, I'll leave it in as proof that I was just joking. I don't joke like that anymore.
No, please. It's
he's worth way more to me alive anyways.
He's precious.
Yeah.
I love you, Daniel.
I love you, Daniel.
Because of all of the money that she was spending and the debt, they were about to be evicted from their home.
Oh, and he probably didn't even know.
He didn't even know. He saw the paper. Something about he saw a notice in the paper. I don't know about the foreclosure of their house. Yeah.
Can you imagine? I mean, just thinking of like just going about your business and then suddenly.
Yeah. And she's like, oh no, that's a mistake. I'm going to call them tomorrow. We'll get this all figured out.
And you're probably like, yeah, that's weird. I mean, just as a rational person, you're like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
You never think, oh, poor Marty.
I know.
And he probably questioned his own sanity too. Because if he was confused all the time, he was probably like, oh, yeah, I mean, maybe she already explained that. Or maybe
she's taking care of everything. Yeah. She knows.
Oh, Marty.
I don't know. Glenna was ultimately charged with murder. She told the court that if she didn't want to be with Marty, she would have just divorced him, not kill him. She said that she doesn't remember writing those letters that Marty's kids found, the suicide notes. She doesn't remember writing those. A handwriting analysis was done and confirmed to be written by her.
Mm-hmm.
She did claim that she suffers from bipolar disorder as well as depression.
Okay. In
the review of Glenna's phone records, they found that the morning of the murder, Glenna had a Google search for Ruger Single 6.
Glenna.
I know. That same day, Glenna sent a text to her mother saying, "Love you, sorry." Marty's son told detectives that Marty kept his door locked at all times. And if there's no sign of forced entry, then you know who did it.
Mm-hmm.
A profound witness that pushed this case forward but could not be used in court was Marty's bird named Bud. As I mentioned earlier, Bud was known to be mouthy and repeated lots of things, and was known to cuss a lot.
I love him.
Yeah. So Bud was taken in by Marty's ex-wife, Christina, after the murder. She reported that Bud was very talkative, especially at night, and about once a week he would repeat the same words. Well, one day he kept repeating it over and over, and she got curious. It freaked her out what he was saying, so she recorded him. When she replayed and listened, she realized that Bud was playing out the murder scene.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Bud would even change his voice to match the voices that he heard.
My gosh, that's so wild.
It is. I'm posting a link to the video I watched and you can hear it. So Christina said that the male voice that Bud was mimicking sounded like Marty and the female voice sounded like Glenna.
Oh my gosh, isn't that amazing?
It is.
That's amazing.
So impressive. God's creation. Wow. So in Kevin's voice, Bud said, "Glenna, beep and shut up." I'm not going to say the word, okay?
Say it.
In Glenna's voice, he said, "Hey, you beeping white boy."
What?
Yeah. I mean, they're just yelling back and forth. And Marty's saying, no, a few times. Then don't shoot. Don't bleep and shoot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So this video, Christina called detectives and she's like, "You have to hear this. I can't hold this to myself."
Yeah.
Glenna was charged with first-degree murder and felony firearm charge in 2017 after recovering and healing from her self-inflicted gunshot wounds
gonna ask,
to the head. Yeah.
Can you explain these gunshot wounds to her head? Where were they located? Why didn't she die?
I didn't even look.
Was this an Alec Murdaugh graze?
Right. It had to have been. I didn't even look.
Oh,
I'm sorry I can't give you that information, but yeah, she was convicted and sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. I mean, and she's totally fine at trial, but she would sit quietly, very intently, and then there's one video of her getting upset and starting to yell at somebody. I don't know who she was yelling at, but
and so she hid the gun. She shot herself in the head and then would hid the gun under the couch.
That's what people cannot understand.
See, I can't understand the writing of the letters. Why write the letters? Why not just make it look like a attempted double homicide? Why write the letters?
I don't know. I'm wondering if maybe she shot him and then sat there and wrote the letters planning to now shoot herself because
like, how's she going to get out of this?
Yeah.
And then she just couldn't do it.
I don't know, but that's a question that I saw in a couple of reports. Is like there was blood in the living room, but Marty's in the bedroom.
They were both in the bedroom.
She's in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
How did the gun get under the bed? There was, and she just due to her brain injuries couldn't remember anything supposedly. So,
jeez, that's wild.
Yeah. But these birds, man, these birds are,
wow.
Yeah.
That's cool. I mean, that's amazing. Really amazing. When we lived in Charleston, there's I think I took you to the Isle of Palms shop where Buddy was, the parrot.
Yes, yeah.
He's this huge parrot, and he would always, you could always get him to repeat. And he was really old.
Oh.
Really, really old. You could always get him to repeat stuff. And I just always thought, wild, man.
Yeah.
Weird.
Letitia loves to go to the zoo in the bird area, and there's parrots there, and she makes them dance. Like she'll put on music and they'll start bouncing their head around.
Really funny.
It's cute, but I don't walk through the bird area with her. I'm okay. I'm going to stand out here.
We have lots of birds around here. It's like the apocalypse when they're all flying and you're just like, take cover. And the sky's black. And
I know. And everybody loves to say, Alayna, there's your friends.
Oh man. Wow. What cool stories.
Yeah.
I would never have expected you to tell me how birds help solve.
I know.
2 cases.
I know. Sad, but
so
very
sad.
Interesting.
It's just like pets are so loyal.
Yeah.
I love that.
Right.
Even a bird is loyal.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, that was great. Let's do that again sometime.
Okay. We will.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to Cousins on Crime. Get connected with us by becoming a free member on our Patreon. Or for just $5 a month, you'll have access to bonus episodes, discussion groups, and much more. If you can't afford $5 a month, we get it. Inflation, am I right? Please consider leaving us a positive review and rating wherever you listen.
And don't forget merch. Support our podcast and show the love by sporting t-shirts with our latest designs, or grab an evidence bag to keep the chain of custody for all your valuables. Don't forget to follow our show on your favorite streaming app so you never miss an episode, and get photos and updates on our Instagram at Cousins on Crime Podcast or our Cousins on Crime Facebook page. Have a case suggestion? Email us at cousinsoncrime@gmail.com.